guys, Aaron Chan here for Forever Football DRFC, your Doncaster Rovers fan channel. It's FA Cup review time, and we've got through to round two just. I will say that right now, just. Scunthorpe United 0, Doncaster Rovers 1. It was an own goal from, it ended up being George Taft, I believe. I think some source was saying Taft, some were saying Loft, some were saying Tommy Rowe. It was a very contrasting situation looking and seeing the source and what people were saying about that, but either way it was volleyed into his own net. At the end of the day I've gone with George Taft because I think it just came off of him. Ryan Loft was in the mix, as was Tommy Rowe himself, but you can see Tommy Rowe trying to raise his hands and claim it straight away, and I think the people that are deciding which goals given to who, I think was sort of looking at him, sort of like seeing the Rowe hands. So am I going to say it's a great performance? No. Again, we didn't really offer much. We were better than Scunthorpe, but we just didn't offer that quality of end product again. And I dread who we're going to get in round two now. I really do dread. But we got past them. We got past bottom of League Two, but I think some other people were saying it, though. I think the first half especially, it felt like a game that you'd see at the bottom end of League Two. It felt like two League Two sides going up against each other at the bottom end of the table. That's what the first half felt like. Second half, we got better a little bit. We got a little bit better. One big thing that's striking out to me, though, is squad depth. You can name up to 9 subs in the FA Cup. We've named 8 subs, and 2 of them are under 18 players. Kulea, and for the first time this season, Will Holdings. It's Hollings, I think it is, Will Hollings. For the first time this season in the senior squad, and Kulea makes a second appearance on the bench, on the substitutes bench, after the Stoke City match in terms of competitive competitions. Roshan Williams benched for the second game this season after the Stoke City match in the Carabao Cup. I think the time was right to bench Roshan Williams. I think some other people said it as well. I think there was something behind that. I think he might have been injured or something, or just he was pretty much acting like the cheerleader today, pretty much. But there's a reason why he was benched, surely, and we'll probably get some information on that. But yeah, I don't know, man. The squad depth in this squad is just disgusting. It really is disgusting, the squad depth. And that shouldn't be an excuse. The funds were there to bring in the right depth, in my opinion, and I think we should have brought in a lot more players, but again, we just didn't do that. Overall, would I say the performance was vintage? No. Like I said, we just didn't offer a lot of own product, and Scunthorpe had their chances. There was a moment where Scunthorpe could... There was a couple of moments, actually, where Scunthorpe could have scored. And I definitely think, and I looked at it, I think Scunthorpe should have had a penalty. I absolutely think Scunthorpe should have had a penalty. I think it was clear as day, tugging and all that lot, and I think it was an easy penalty. Referee was poor. I think he had a poor game today, in my opinion. Like I said, Scunthorpe we got away with that. Scunthorpe should have had a penalty, and it could have been at least 1-1 today. But we got away with it. But like I said, round two, I'm not looking forward to it at all because I've no idea who we're going to get. I don't know if it's going to be a non-league side or it's going to be a Football League side. I don't know who we're going to get. It could be anyone at this point, but we'll just see what happens. But overall, I'd say we scraped that. I would say that we scraped that. And I said to you guys in the preview yesterday that if we lost this, I had a gut feeling that Wellens would go or be sacked if we lost this today. We've won it, which is great, but it wasn't a great performance. It was a scrape against bottom of League Two. And playing Tommy Rowe at centre-back, yes, he got involved in the goal mishap, even though it wasn't his goal, and he had a great presence about him at parts today. It was makeshift. I think some people said it on social media as well when it happened. Tommy Rowe playing as a centre-back is a sackable offence. It's like, and I said it as well. When you put Tommy Rowe that far back, when you're defending, as a makeshift left-sided centre-back alongside Tom Anderson when you take a Lowe off for injury and you bring in Horton, who, by the way, had a good game today. But when you put Rowan to centre-back as a makeshift, sorry, but that's a sackable offence in itself. Luckily, fingers crossed, Scunthorpe didn't pressure us that much at times, so it made it easier on us to do the makeshift changes. So, in my opinion, Welland's got away with that one today. Like I said, Scunthorpe, if they had better finishing and better attacking presence about them, and Keith Hill in the second half was really urging the players forward. If they did that, they would have had a better chance of getting something out of us today and probably beating us, and that may have been the end for Richie Wellens. So Scunthorpe have probably got themselves to blame. We can't take all the credit because we were just as bad today in places, making simple mistakes, letting Scunthorpe have the space. Again, a couple of set pieces were poorly defended and we were lucky to get away with. There was one, I think it was in the second half, or the first half, can't remember which half, but there was one where it went straight through everyone and it took one moment to keep it out. So, again, just we're not exactly better, are we? If we can scrape a 1-0 with an own goal against bottom of League 2 in the FA Cup, sorry, that's still not good enough. I think the Free Press called it out as well. This afternoon should have been a statement performance to keep Wellens alive. We won, but it wasn't a statement performance. It was a scrap. It was an absolute scrap, and we didn't play well today. At times we were better than Scunthorpe, but we didn't exactly play well. We didn't even look like we were playing well at times today. Like I said, we were better than Scunthorpe, but Scunthorpe were poor, and we weren't any better. We just had that edge over them in a couple of moments. So I wouldn't exactly take any credit from this. I'd say it was a good win. We scrapped it, but it's a good win. We move on to round 2. Let's focus on the Papa John's Trophy, get the kids playing, etc. But on the general grand picture of it, it's only going to prolong the inevitable that we'll be knocked out of the FA Cup. Do I have any confidence in the FA Cup? No, I don't. Because we're poor at the moment. We really, really are. And, you know, our squad depth, oh my God, it's going to be put to the test. Really going to be put to the test. We're going to have to bring in some emergency signings or something. Because that's Vilka, not involved at all. So looks like he's out. Barlow twisted his ankle towards the end. Looks like he's out. I think Dalbo was down for a few minutes at one point in the second half to some kind of head injury. He got back up, which was fantastic. But again, you know, is the longer term damage to that? We don't know at this point. Alowu brought off in the first few minutes. Again, not great. We could be really up against it now. If some of these injuries are long term, like Barlow, like Alowu, this could be long term injuries if we're not careful. So our squad depth's going to be under the weather big time. It's raining injuries, hallelujah. But for now, at least, we can just be happy that we won. That's the positive. We won. We saw it out, and that's the good thing. You know, it's our first win away from home in all competitions. You know, on other occasions this season, on many occasions this season, where we've had to see a lead out or just see something out, we couldn't. So on this occasion, the fact that we did see something out was perfect. It was great. It was great to see. But again, I'll refer to my earlier point. Scunthorpe were just as poor, if not a little bit worse than us, and we weren't exactly better. So there wasn't really any threat to the 1-0 lead, only a couple of occasions. So, yeah, I'd take the win for it. We're into round 2. Fantastic. Hallelujah. But I'm really dreading the injuries, and I'm really dreading the squad depth, and I'm really dreading who we're going to get in the next round. Because if it's a championship side, with all the depth they've got, we could be in for a battering. We could be in for another 6-0 if we're not careful. So let's just see what happens. But let's be happy that we won today. Let's be happy. So let's go into the play ratings. First of all, the substitutes. We made 4 substitutions in the game. Brandon Horton, Aidan Barlow, who came off himself, Lyric Kasani, and Ben Blythe as a striker. Very interesting indeed. Let's go through it in ratings order in terms of the higher the ratings. Brandon Horton's my man of the match for the substitutes today. He gets a 7 out of 10 from me. I think him coming forward a lot gave him a lot of confidence. I think his overall play was decent. He's getting better. And if there's injuries which will force Rowe further forwards, and we need to play someone at left back if Alohu is out and Horton's the only option, we'll see what happens. Let's hope this confidence in the FA Cup gives him confidence to play league games if people are out. So Horton gets a 7 from me. Ben Blythe gets a 6. I think, again, I think it was just okay. Nothing too much to change the game. There was one moment where he flicked it over his head. So, not flick overhead, but I mean flicked it over his head. So, there was a chance there that maybe Ben Blythe could have done something with that. But again, nothing really to it. But I think overall, just okay. And then you've got Barlow and Hassani, who both get 5s. Hassani made a mistake which could have led to a Scunthorpe goal. Barlow, again, looked like he was going to run at defenders, etc., but really just didn't get that chance. And now let's go into my starting 11. So, Dahlberg, I'm going to give him a 6. I think he didn't have that much to do, but when he was called upon, he was called upon. Noyle, 6. Again, okay. Alohu couldn't really make much of an impact before he was injured and forced to come off. Average 5, you couldn't really offer more than that. Anderson, 6. I think, again, I think it's an okay rating. Did okay. Tommy Rowe, 7. Had a presence about him. Did the makeshift job he was meant to do. Overall, decent. Galbraith, Bostock and Smith in the midfield get 6s. Bostock probably higher than anyone. And unless there's an injury, which I don't know about, why the hell was Bostock brought off in the second half? I don't know. And talking to Smith, by the way, first half, when we were right under the weather and we had a very scrappy game in the first 20-25 minutes, Matt Smith and Pontus Dahlberg arguing with each other, that wasn't a nice sight. And it just shows the discontent. I think that could expose some of the discontent in the squad right now. I think there's discontent that we've not seen. I think that argument could be just the tip of the iceberg. Hawula on the wing, give him a 6. Dudu, 5. Just nothing really there with him. And Chakur, 5. Just again, no real ending product. Hawula had some pace to it, but again, just overall slightly better than Dudu and Chakur. And the thing about Dudu and Chakur is, especially in the first half, what I noticed, Chakur was moved out wide and Dudu was... No, it was the other way around. So Chakur was sort of playing out wide and Dudu was sort of more up top. And it wasn't really working. And I think somebody said it. I think that Chakur should have stayed as the one in the middle and Dudu just stay out wide. There was moments where they sort of swapped positions in the first half, early on in the first half as well. So I feel like that was a bit of a risk. But again, just no ending product. We've got Scunthorpe United in the Papa John's Trophy on Tuesday. Of course, I don't cover the Papa John's Trophy on this channel, so there won't be another game now until Lincoln City on the 20th of November. So a long time. So I will start preparing some content to come on the channel over this sort of break. So of course, there is an international break going on now after Tuesday. So we'll see what happens. But I will be watching the Tuesday match. Let's just see what happens. Obviously, no pressure on me to review it on Tuesday because I'm not covering the Papa John's Trophy, so you know, I can just sit back and watch a match and just see what happens. And of course, like I said, we're back on the 20th of November with Lincoln City at the Keepmoat Stadium. I will, of course, be there at the Keepmoat Stadium, so make sure you do see me if you do see me. And should be interesting, but that's going to be it for this review, guys. Like I said, I will prepare some content for this international break to make sure you guys don't feel left out. And for now, guys, I'm Aaron Chandler from Throw Football DRFC. Keep living the Rovers life, and that, my friends, full time. Rovers Side Die, thank you very much, and I'll see you guys in the next video very, very soon. Rovers still a day! Rovers still a day!